A boy who used to sell newspaper and Coca-Cola door to door, becomes the greatest investor of all time. Yes, today we are going to know about the present CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He is none other than Mr. Warren Buffett. Buffett was born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, the second of three children and the only son of Leyland Congressman Howard Buffett. Buffett displayed an interest in business and investing at a young age. He was inspired by a book he borrowed from the Omaha Public Library at age 7, 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. Buffett sold chewing gum, Coca-Cola bottles, and weekly magazines door to door. He worked in his grandfather's grocery store. While still in high school, he made money delivering newspapers, selling golf balls and stamps, and detailing cars, among other means. Buffett's interest in the stock market and investing dated to schoolboy days he spent in the customer's lounge of a regional stock brokerage near his father's own brokerage office. On a trip to New York City at age 10, he made a point to visit the New York Stock Exchange. At 11, he bought 3 shares of Citi Service Preferred for himself, and 3 for his sister Doris Buffett. After being rejected by Harvard Business School, Buffett enrolled at Columbia Business School of Columbia University upon learning that Benjamin Graham taught there. He earned a Master of Science in Economics from Columbia in 1951. After graduating, Buffett attended the New York Institute of Finance. Buffett returned to Omaha and worked as a stockbroker while taking a Dale Carnegie public speaking course. Using what he learned, he felt confident enough to teach an investment principles night class at the University of Nebraska Omaha. The average age of his students was more than twice his own. In 1952, Buffett married Susan Thompson at Dundee Presbyterian Church. In 1956, Benjamin Graham retired and closed his partnership. At this time Buffett's personal savings were over $174,000, about $1.64 million today, and he started Buffett Partnership Limited. In 1957, Buffett operated 3 partnerships. He purchased a 5-bedroom stucco house in Omaha, where he still lives, for $31,500. In 1959, the company grew to 6 partnerships and Buffett met future partner Charlie Munger. By 1960, Buffett operated 7 partnerships. He asked one of his partners, a doctor, to find 10 other doctors willing to invest $10,000 each in his partnership. Eventually, 11 agreed, and Buffett pooled their money with a mere $100 original investment of his own. In 1962, Buffett became a millionaire because of his partnerships, which in January 1962 had an excess of $7,178,500, of which over $1,025,000 belonged to Buffett. He merged these partnerships into one. Buffett invested in and eventually took control of a textile manufacturing firm, Berkshire Hathaway. He began buying shares in Berkshire from Seabury Stanton, the owner, whom he later fired. Buffett's partnerships began purchasing shares at $7.60 per share. In 1965, when Buffett's partnerships began purchasing Berkshire aggressively, they paid $14.86 per share while the company had working capital of $19 per share. This did not include the value of fixed assets. Buffett took control of Berkshire Hathaway at a board meeting and named a new president, Ken Chase. In 1966, Buffett closed the partnership to new money. He later claimed that the textile business had been his worst trade. He then moved the business into the insurance sector, and, in 1985, the last of the mills that had been the core business of Berkshire Hathaway was sold. Later it becomes the holding company. In 1988, Buffett began buying the Coca-Cola Company stock, eventually purchasing up to 7% of the company for $1.02 billion. It would turn out to be one of Berkshire's most lucrative investments, and one which it still holds. Buffett became a billionaire when Berkshire Hathaway began selling Class A shares on May 29, 1990, with the market closing at $7,175 a share. As a value investor, Warren Buffett has preached many investment principles. Then come on, let us know some of them. Being a value investor and the student of Ben Graham. He always buy undervalued blue-chip stocks at low price and hold it for long term. He believes in the power of compounding and applied the compounding principles in his investments. Berkshire has a long-held and public strategy when it comes to acquiring shares. The company should have consistent earning power, a good return on equity, ROE, capable management, and be sensibly priced. Warren Buffett spends 80% of his time reading and thinking, and has done so for his entire career. He also suggests that to invest in stocks but don't speculate, be a business owner, don't get into debt, think independently and at last give it away. He is a voracious reader who spends 80% of his own day reading, and he suggests that anyone hoping to achieve similar success should read 500 pages per day. That also means making the time to read. I read and think, Buffett once said. So I do more reading and thinking, and make less impulse decisions than most people in business. Let us look at his investment portfolio. Apple Incorporated 44.18%. Bancomer Corp 10.85%. Coca-Cola CO 8.82%. American Express 7.13%. Kraft Heinz CO 5.13%. Moody's Corp 3.34%. Wells Fargo & Co. New 3.00%. US Bancorp Del 2.40%. Davida Healthcare Partners 1.48%. Bank of New York Mellon Corp 1.38%. Warren Buffett has pledged to give away 99% of his wealth to philanthropic causes. Approximately 83% of that will go to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and much of the rest will be distributed to the foundations of his children. Warren Buffett has supported the following charities: Animal Rescue Foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Girls Incorporation, James Redford Institute for Transplant Awareness. Buffett, The Making of an American Capitalist is a book that has been written with the intent of showing its readers just how Warren Buffett was able to amass the phenomenal wealth that he generated throughout his life, making him worth a mammoth $85 billion and counting. The book shows you how he started from small investments to buying big companies and earning billions of dollars. You can listen to the audiobook of this book for free. Yes, absolutely for free for 30 days. Click the link in the description and enjoy your free offer.